So you want to learn how to draw? Well, you've come to the right place. I'm Robbie Greer from Rusticated Art, and this is my Fun Times family playlist where I show you how to draw step by step from the comfort of your own home. Now, if you're new to my channel, welcome. And to all you returning subscribers, I love each and every one of you. Now be sure to watch through to the end, because not only will I be showing you all the techniques that I've learned along the way, but I'm also going to be giving a shout out to another very special channel. So what do you reckon? You ready to get started? Come on then. Okie dokes. Now, the next lip is the thin lip. So we still start up the same as before, and we just sort of do the bow shape. You know, this is where the two lips meet, the top and bottom. The only difference will be that the lips are not as, the top lip and the bottom lip aren't as fat or as wide, as thick. They're just a bit smaller. You know, and you see that with people. And of course, the thing to remember is with the thinner lip, there's not, in some cases, not all cases, there's not so much of a harder line. So, and these are just, even though they're different lips, once again, they are generic. They're just a general type of lip, you know. And then we get our blending stuff out, blend that in. So because the top lip, generally of the thinner lips, is hanging over more, so this will be darker in here, where the other lips there was always a highlight because the bottom lip protruded a bit more. But with the thinner lip we don't sort of get that so much, and we don't see that hard line, so the bottom lip will be a bit darker because the top lip is sort of over it more, being thin lips. She got the wrong, looking for one with a bit more graphite on it. Yeah. I'll just take that there out. Yeah, I'll take that hard line out too. Just rubbing that out very lightly. So the difference is that the top and bottom lip, that distance is a lot closer. And like I say, you know, have a look at people, observe people. You'll notice it. Now the next lip we're going to do is what they call a double lobe, and I'll explain that as we go, which is sort of more like the fuller lip, except in here it sort of goes a bit like this, where the two sets of lips meet. And it's sort of more like this. Hence the reason they call it a double lobe lip. So everything's the same except that we have sort of two sides to the top lip. Of course, that's going to be darker in there. It looks a bit like the sort of a gap, you know, between the bottom and top lips. Just doing this quickly. And we'll have that light in there as well, the highlight. And we don't want to see that line there, the hard line. I should be just using my blue tack for that, rather than using a hard edge eraser, because there is a line, but it's not a line as such. It's not a defining line, it's just where the edge of the lips would be. Right, so that's the double lobe one, and basically it's because this sort of looks like there's two parts to the top lip. Alright, and I'm just using my eraser just to take some highlights out. And blend it in. Now, the last lip we're going to do is, because the previous one was the double lobe lip on the top, and you're going to find that it's also going to be a double lobe, but on the lower lip. So we start off with the centerpiece again. They're pretty much the center of the lips where they both meet up. It's pretty much the same, but the bottom will go like that, but all of the shapes, if you look at all the shapes, they're all very similar in that they're, well, I like to think of it as a shape of a bow, not a bow that you tie around your hair or something, but a bow like as in a bow that an archer would use. That shape, and you're pretty much the same with all the lips, you know. It's just that there are different thicknesses. The top lip might be a bit thicker to create the different style of lip, but everyone is different. So when you're doing this, just check them out. Like I said before, you know, last week, about go to Pixabay. It's got free images that you can use, download and use to look at different styles. If you don't want to be looking at people staring at them, try it that way. You might find that that's more helpful for you if you're a bit embarrassed about, you know, trying to draw people. I mean, you shouldn't be, but it depends on where you live, I suppose. Some countries might frown upon that sort of thing. Now it'll be a little bit darker in here where the chin sort of down here, you know how there's a sort of a distance between the chin and the bottom lip. And once again, it could also be where it looks like there's sort of a gap between the bottom and the top, so that'll be darker there. So see how I'm sort of getting that two separate lobes. And those lips, the corners could be down, they could be up. I've drawn them up. It just depends on the person. Yeah. Let's tidy that up a little bit. And I'm just going to take a little bit out of there. Brush away the crumb. So that one, the lip comes down and it's a bit more defined there. So that's it. That's 6 different kinds of lips. But as I say, you know, experiment around, have a play around with it. These are only just guidelines. So I suggest you get yourself a little sketchbook, an A4, this is an A3 this one, but an A4 is fine, and that way you'll be able to see your progress. So there we have the 6 different basic shapes of lips that we have. And of course, they're not all going to be exactly like this, but this just gives you a rough idea. See how they're all different in their own way. I've sort of exaggerated them a bit just to show you, to highlight them, and I hope you're able to use them in your own drawings. Now I really hope you found that helpful, because I know when I started to learn how to draw, I lived out in the country, and so I couldn't get any internet connection. So there was no YouTube to help me out. So that's one of the main reasons that I started this series of videos, to help you out wherever I can. And remember that to me, when you're starting out, it's just all about the basic shapes. Well, it's about time we had a look at this week's shout out. Well, I first came across Wandering with Watto probably about 6 months ago. And it's normally him and his wife Kim, and they go out just taking us around all these little places that you would never normally hear about or even see, like canals and rivers, and I find it really interesting. Now and again his dad pops in, but they really do go to all these really interesting places. And another thing too, which I enjoy, is the drone shots. I love those drone shots. You just see so much more. So when you get the chance, pop on over to Wandering with Watto. I know you're going to like it. He's got a bit of a dry sense of humour, which I really do enjoy. So like I said, when you get the chance, call in there. Tell him Robbie from Rusticated-Artist sent you. And I know he'll appreciate you calling in as well. Now I'll leave a link to Wandering with Watto's channel in the description below. And like I said, when you get the chance, go and check them out. Now if you enjoyed this and feel that you're getting some value, give me a thumbs up. Leave a comment, and if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below as well. Share it with your friends, because if you like it, the chances are they're going to like it just as much. And if you haven't yet subscribed but would like to, hit that red button, ring that bell, that way you'll get notified every time a new video comes out. Now if you are new to my channel and would like to learn more, then this video here is the one for you to watch next. Well, that's about it for this week. Stay safe out there, my friends, and we'll see you in the next one, same time, same place.